Alright, y'all, look, y'all, I need y'all to start hitting that button, man, especially since my birthday is coming up, you know what I'm saying, man? And I won't disappoint y'all. You see, look, I'm the funniest. Hit that button. What's good, y'all, boys? Today we're going to be talking about my thoughts on the current state of the UFC and most of their divisions. Let's talk about one of the most interesting ones, one of the most controversial ones as of right now. The welterweight division is, up for grabs. Well, not up for Look here, bitch ass nigga, I know you didn't press that fucking button, so you better press that button now or this motherfucker's gonna eat you. For grabs, but like it's kind of in shambles right now with the whole situation with fucking Kevin Holland and fucking Hamzat and the whole Nate Diaz fiasco. Like it's all bad in the welterweight division right now. Um, the lightweight division, they're finally gonna get back on track after the whole Islam and Charles fight, which is happening soon. I feel like Charles is winning that fight. By the way, drop down in the comments below. Who do you think is gonna win that fight? I feel like Charles got it. He either, but I feel like if Charles is going to win it, it's not going to be by decision. I feel like Charles is going to finish, and if he doesn't finish, he's losing. Especially since, the judges are going to be in Abu Dhabi. Let's be clear. The UFC has a clear bias to whatever place they're judging in. Because I feel like Rose lost the fight against fucking Zhang Wei Li. Their second time, obviously, because she knocked him out the first time. But the second fight, Zhang Wei Li won. But I feel like at the same time it was a bias. Because Dana White also has to realize, you have to realize, the UFC is still a business. He has to still be marketable. So he's not gonna just give the fucking win to someone like Zhang Wei Li after the whole, stadium. And I know before y'all say, oh, he doesn't convince the judges, I'm pretty sure he does. Or at least has some slight influence on them. Because there's no way that people can watch the second fight back and say that Rose didn't win. I mean, not Rose didn't win, Zhang didn't win. That entire fight was literally just anti-China bullshit because of what Rose said. Rose saying that Zhang Wei Li represented communism and all that dumb shit. That shit was whack. That was some bullshit. I hate Rose for that shit, actually. That actually made me not like Rose anymore. I used to be a Thug Rose fan. But that gave me reasons to not like her. I was like, yeah, you're not cool. Hit that subscribe button or else your mom's gonna get cancer! Stupid ass nigga. In my book no more. Because like, Zhang is one of the nicest was one of the nicest champions at one point. She invited Joanna to China to like eat or whatever. Like, she's cool. She's a nice individual. But yet you want to kick her to the side and make it seem like she's this fucking communist regime that you have to beat. How the fuck? Just because she's Chinese? That's like someone beating me up or saying that they want to fuck me up because I represent all the crime in the African American community. That's nutty. You're fucking stupid. That's what it is. Ignorance thrives upon MMA fans, and it sucks. I love the sport to death, but you gotta admit, some of the fans thrive off ignorance. That's why there's so many Colby Covington fans. Colby Covington, I don't believe that he's actually a fucked up person, especially with how many stories people tell that Colby's a nice dude. I think he's just playing a game, considering the fact that he was about to be cut, and he just had to pull that role that he was a racist dickhead. The whole MAGA thing, I feel like he was just playing sides, and he did what he had to do. I'm gonna try to get a better fucking um, connection fight and quick match, by the way, but I feel like he was just playing a role because the UFC is a business. If you're not marketable to the UFC, they will kick you the fuck out with no hesitation. And this just brings up another point. Israel Adesanya, love him to death. I am a core Izzy fan. Been a fan of Izzy since forever. Right, but hear me out. Everyone's been on his dick recently, right? Because he's not, because he hasn't been exciting like he used to be. I'll admit, Stylebender, he's not mixing the styles up like he used to. Because like now he's sticking committed to his long range style of striking. Like versus in the beginning of his career, he was like, well, in the beginning of his UFC career, I should say, he was out here doing nut shit. He was throwing out Imanari rolls, triangle chokes, doing nut shit. The way he used to deny takedowns was more athletic and more explosive. But I feel like now he's just playing the role safer because he's champion. He doesn't want to lose that. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of insurance in the company that he would be losing if he wasn't the champion anymore. Then he would lose a lot of leverage for his contracts. That's another thing that no one cares about or no one wants to speak about. Like, Israel is not boring. I JMMA made a video on it. I didn't watch it, but I saw the title. And I agreed. I agreed wholeheartedly. Israel is not a boring fighter. He's a smart fighter. You don't have to. You don't have to fucking put your brain on the line every match to be a good fighter. I'm sorry, you don't. And if you don't want to see smart, intelligent fights, then why are you watching the UFC? There's literally World Star Hip Hop. There's still fight comps on YouTube. But we aren't looking for that. We're looking for smart motherfuckers that know how to actually fight. And Izzy is a smart motherfucker. He knows how to hit, not get hit, and people hate him for it. And the thing is, how come y'all let off people so easily for not engaging him? Because I watched that Izzy and Cannonier fight. Izzy actually did more work than Cannonier. He tried. Cannonier was the one being scary. Cannonier wasn't engaging like everyone thought he would. Everyone was like, oh, Cannonier's gonna knock out Izzy. He has power. He didn't show it. Because he was nervous, because he knew that he was in there with someone that's smart. He was in there with somebody that could knock him out if he went in there with a bad game plan of just rushing in. Because people know what happens to people that bum rush him. We saw what happened to Rob, and y'all hate him for it. I love it. All y'all Rob Whittaker fans, I love it. Y'all tears make me happy. Cry harder for me, actually, because it's crazy how Izzy's boring for winning decisions, but when was the last time Rob finished somebody? I'm gonna look it up after this match, by the way. I'm gonna tell y'all too. Like, you can't get mad at certain people winning decisions, and it's acceptable for others just because you find them more likable. That's bullshit. That's hypocrisy. Now, I don't care how you win a match. If you win, you win. Unless you're like blatantly cheating or doing some crazy shit. But alright, I'm finna look it up. When was the last time Rob Whittaker won a fight by non-decision? Rob Whittaker. I just typed in my phone. I speak while I type. Oh shit, it doesn't show. Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna go to this website right here. Okay. Let me see. His last finish, let me see, was against Jacare Souza in 2017. 2017. That shit's crazy.
Declaring the winner by
every win since then has been decision. Y'all will shit on Izzy, but his last finish was in 2017. To put that in perspective, I was 13 in 2017. I'm a college freshman now. Think about that. Like, he hasn't finished nobody. But yet y'all will swear up and down he's a better fighter than Izzy. He won the second fight. He didn't win the second fight. He didn't. And yeah, we can debate about that, but no. I just no. And before y'all say, "Oh, it's a bias," you're an Izzy fan. It's not a bias, because I know when Izzy loses. He lost against Jan. That was clear as day. a bias would have been me trying to have hope and say that Izzy won that fight. There was no such thing as a way to say that Izzy won that fight. That shit was, you know, that was piss poor performance. The first round was pretty close. Second round, um, off memory, I could say it was pretty close. But the third, fourth, and fifth, that was all Jan. So I knew that Izzy lost that fight. It sucks to say, I shit you not, I cried. I, I'm not, I'm not too hard to admit that I cried, bro. I was hurt. Shit, bro. When someone that you like loses, bro, that shit hurts. But yeah, marketability and likability matters a lot to the UFC, and I feel like that's kind of why Dana is pushing the Alex Pereira fight. Well, he pushed it. It's happening soon because he sees that the fans shifted on Izzy because niggas used to love Izzy, but now they hate him. So now he's like, okay, man, if Alex Pereira comes in and beats him, then maybe we can, you know what I'm saying, get the little middleweight division back to Robert Whittaker being the top. Because let's be real, Robert Whittaker, anybody that's like has semi decent grappling, could really just wrestle fuck Pereira. But Pereira was just seen as Izzy's kryptonite. And if Izzy wins, what's gonna happen? Who's he gonna fight? Because he just beat Rob. If you give Rob another shot that fast, that's crazy. I feel like. And who else is there though in the middleweight division? The middleweight division is cleared out if he beats Pereira. He's not fighting Hamzat. I refuse to believe that. Not this soon. Who the hell has Hamzat fight at middleweight? Has like notably. Like he does not deserve a title weight, not a title weight, a title shot at middleweight. If anything, Paulo Costa and Hamzat should fight first. And people are talking about some Bo Nickel. I'm sorry, Bo Nickel cannot be that good. He can't be. I seen his Dana White Contender Series fights. He's not that nice. I feel like he's gonna get shit on eventually, and people are gonna turn coat on him so hard. Because right now people are talking about some Bo Nickel can beat Izzy. How? What's different about Bo Nickel than Derek Brunson? They're both shoddy strikers with the bum rush mentality, and they're both just good wrestlers. Izzy showed the key to stop an over-aggressive wrestler. A good knee to the face. A good time knee to the face. Izzy's never had a problem with a wrestler. He's had a problem with being grappled by Jan. And it's another thing. Everyone thinks Izzy's just so beatable. It's so easy to grapple him. Izzy has one of the best takedown defenses and one of the best hand fighting skills. No one ever talks about hand fighting, but it's because it's such a minor part of the grappling game. But if you notice that he gets into certain positions because he's a good hand fighter. And what I mean by hand fighter is like he stops certain submissions and grappling exchanges from happening. Like what happened when Marvin Vettori had his back. He snatched that nigga arm off him in reverse position. When Robert Whittaker got his back, he wasn't worried. He snatched the arm, switched position. He knows what he's doing defensively. Like when it comes to grappling defensively, he does that. But offensively, his grappling is kind of shoddy. I'm sorry, Izzy, but I don't think Izzy's ever won by submission in MMA ever. So I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Especially since he's just the greatest kickboxer of all time in MMA. But that's neither here nor there. There's no way that they match me up with this dude again. Huh, damn, unfortunate for him. But yeah, man. The heavyweight division, man, the heavyweight division, Jesus Christ. No one talks about the heavyweight division no more, but that shit is so stagnant, bro. What's going on? Like, literally what's going on? Cyril Gane and Taito Iwasa just fought. This was not even like It wasn't competitive at all because I already knew it wasn't gonna be. Taito Iwasa is not that fucking good, y'all. Him beating Derek Lewis proved nothing to me. I already knew that Taito Iwasa couldn't handle top competition because Derek Lewis isn't top competition himself. He's just a powerful nigga. Power doesn't mean anything if you can't properly use it. And the thing is, Ngannou uses his power properly. And now, I don't know what's gonna go on though in the heavyweight division because Ngannou was injured with the knee problem, and he fought Gon on that knee injury. By the way, 2 busted knees and still beat the second best heavyweight. Stipe is supposed to be fighting John Jones. That shit not happening. Uh, it sounds good, but it ain't good. It ain't happening. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry to bust anybody bubble that had hope. It's not happening. Hey, and if it does happen, call me a liar. But with common sense knows that John Jones ain't never coming back to the UFC. I feel like the UFC right now is punishing him low-key by keeping him under this contract. Like, that's a good way to fuck him over if you think about it. By not letting him fight it out, like he's just stuck under their thumb forever. And it's just wild. Like, there's nothing to do in the heavyweight division. Because Cyril Gane is clearly the second best. Well, is he clearly the second best? Because, I mean, he could fight Stipe. But, you know, like I said, people want Stipe versus John for John Jones' heavyweight debut. But, I don't think that's happening. So, it could be Stipe and Gane. Curtis Blades. Where does he fit into all this? Kevin Lee reference. But I don't think Curtis is going to be respected anytime soon because he's just a wrestler. Jairzinho Rosenstrike got bullied by Ngannou already. He got speed blitzed. Like the heavyweight division sucks right now, I ain't gonna lie. And it's mainly because Dana is a selfish fuck that doesn't like to, you know, pay people when they like when they ask for it, even though they deserve it. Because let's be real, if Dana wanted to, he could really push Francis Ngannou super hard. Because Francis Ngannou is the epitome of what MMA fans want nowadays. They don't want technique. No one wants technique. They just want a big, powerful nigga to just go in there and rock shit. And that's what Ngannou is. Francis Ngannou is if Kimbo Slice actually had competent MMA abilities. I shit you not, that's exactly what it is. Everyone liked Kimbo Slice because he was good at being a strong nigga. Like, this is what it was. He was just powerful. But Ngannou has MMA knowledge, and he's powerful. So he's very marketable. But Dana doesn't want him to be, because then he realizes that he's going to have to fight against him in these negotiations. But, man, the UFC is corrupt. And I'm happy when I'm seeing people like Shane Burgos leave to the PFL and try to get more money and more bag. Thiago Santos doing the same thing. People need to start leaving the UFC. Does it suck to say that the UFC may, you know what I'm saying, go on a downhill spiral if people decide to say, fuck the prestige, I want my money? Yeah, but it's the truth. I didn't mean to re-mention, by the way. But right now I'm just rambling and talking about my current thoughts on the UFC, and I will be doing this more often, guys. Another thing, let me see, what's something else that's going on in the MMA world? It kind of sucks. You know, we already talked about the retirement of Jose Aldo on this channel. And also, fuck Marab. Fuck Marab, bro. That was the worst retirement fight ever. That shit pissed me the fuck off, for real. Cause why would you do that? Why why is that gonna be the end of Aldo's career? Because Aldo wanted that one last champion shot, but you know, after losing, he kind of felt like it was quits. Merab Dvalishvili, you, fuck, man. I already didn't like you because you beat Maurice after I felt like you should have lost that fight. But that's neither here nor there. But you also gave away Aldo's retirement. You didn't even let Aldo retire himself. You took that from him. Because a retirement is supposed to be something, especially like a fan favorite like Aldo. He's supposed to say that himself. You're not supposed to be like, oh yeah, Aldo told me that it was his last fight. Why the fuck would you say that? Fuck you, Marab. And the bantamweight division is going to be stagnant too. Because if, let me see. If Aljamain beats TJ, who does he fight next? Corey does not deserve a shot. Did he already beat Jan again, and Jan hasn't fought since. I don't think he hasn't, right? There's no one for him to fight, really, besides Merab Dvalishvili. Like who's what's the like who are some good bantamweight prospects? It's crazy that he got this man got Max Holloway on a random pick. You bitch. Hold on, I'm gonna tee up. So the bantamweight division kind of looking weird right now because they're both teammates, and Aljamain said that he would move up if whenever he feels like it would be like Merab's turn or whatever the fuck that means. But I'm sorry, Aljamain, you can't hang with Volk. I don't feel like Aljamain can hang with anybody that has like super good wrestling and striking. That's why it's going to be a little bit shocking if he beats TJ. Because he beat the shit out of Jan off the fact that Jan, you know what I'm saying, not the best grappler. This dude is just throwing shit with Max Holloway, by the way. But you put him against somebody that has good grappling and striking, gonna be a little sketch. But if he beats TJ, that might, you know what I'm saying, give a little window of hope. But if he doesn't, then you know Merab is going to take that belt. But then that would also prove that he can't fight Volk, so then he would have to fight Merab. Because I don't think he can go down. He's already a pretty big dude to fight in bantamweight. Man, fuck this dude, bro. I hate Max Holloway. He didn't even pick this dude on purpose. That's the worst part. He got him randomly. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Yeah, the UFC's in flyweight. They're doing fucking Brandon Moreno and Figueiredo 4. That's nuts. That's the first ever quadrilogy ever in UFC history. And you know that Figueiredo hasn't fought anybody besides Moreno for the past 4 fights. That shit's crazy. Like he hasn't had to fight anybody else. Boop. Boop. Come on, you have Max Holloway. You can't be going out like this. But yeah, man. That's happening. The women's divisions, Juliana Pena. Oh man. She obviously is going to get, if she doesn't get her trilogy, that's not fair. Because she did win their first fight fair and square. And yes, she did get beat the hell up in their second one, I know. But if we're going by being fair, she deserves the trilogy. Will she get dog walked? It's inevitable. I feel like the only reason why Amanda lost in the first place was because of the fact that she was coming off of COVID. Her cardio was a little fucked up. And she got into a slugfest with someone that's not that good. Juliana, you need a better striking coach, baby. Because why the hell do you strike like that? Goddamn. I slipped the shit out of that. I slipped and ripped the fuck out of that. Goddamn. Goddamn, Max. Just goes to show. Some niggas really suck this game and they just be throwing shit. But yeah, man, I feel like I've talked enough. You know, 24 minutes of uninterrupted ramblings on my, thoughts on the current state of the UFC. I love each and every single last one of y'all, man, and I appreciate y'all for, you know what I'm saying, tapping in with me, you know what I'm saying. I want to hit that
Ladies and
200
gentlemen,
sub
referee
mark for
Dan
my
Miragliotta
birthday,
has called a stop to
and
this
I'll greatly
contest
appreciate it if
at
y'all help me
16
reach that
seconds of
goal.
round number 2.
I love y'all.
Declaring the
Peace.
winner